What is up, guys? It is Vexter here, coming at you guys with a Mortal Kombat practice video. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make a comeback in MK11. Well, MK11 Ultimate. So I'm going to be going over 3 things in this video, and I'm going to put them up on screen right now with the times of each of them. Now, they're not going to be timestamps. I don't know how to do that. I don't have a computer. I don't know how to do that. But there will be times, and you can go and skip in the video for parts you want to see. But on the screen right now, there should be all of the things we're going to talk about. And so the first one is, what is a comeback? And we're going to get onto that right about now. So here we go. So a comeback is basically I don't know who doesn't know what a comeback is, but I'm going to explain it anyways, just because why not? So a comeback is, in this game, it's when you bring it all the way back when you are in all the disadvantages. So for example, I'm playing Shao Kahn. I have 2% life, and he has 57%. Well, actually a little bit more actually, but whatever. He has just crazy life advantage, and I bring it all the way back and win the game. That is what a comeback is. Now, in this video, I'm going to be explaining to you how to make better pressure, how to make it to where you're not overcommitting, how to, well, not how to, but to reinforce the fact of just not being greedy when it comes to crushing blows and fatal blows and stuff. So yeah, so let's get into that. So that's the first phase right there done. What is the comeback? It is when you come back from an extremely far deficit and win the game. Boom. Next phase. So right here on screen, as a Shao Kahn player, so this is specific to Shao Kahn, these are the moves that I recommend when trying to make a comeback. So this phase is known, well, not known, but this phase is what I'm calling never giving up your turn. So that right there sounds a little bit weird because you're basically saying always be plus, but not a lot of characters have plus frames, and even if they do, you can't just mash them over and over and over because that jails, right? Can't do that, right? But what I mean by this is do this thing called staggering. Now, staggering is basically when you do a string, but you don't complete the whole string. You stop it early, and then by the time your opponent reacts to you stopping it, they've already got hit by your next move, right? So, for example, a really good stagger for a character is Scorpion's forward 3, Jack's forward 3, forward 3-3. Those are really good staggers. Shao Kahn's, does he have a good one? Shao Kahn's forward 3, this move right here, is sort of good. It's definitely not in the top tier staggers, but it is one of them. What's another one off the top of my head? Jackie has a bunch of staggers. She has forward 3-1, or she has forward 3, forward 3-1, forward 1, forward 1, forward 1-2, back 3, back 3-4. Well, not back 3-4, but back. Well, yeah. But anyways, but you get the point. That's what a stagger is, right? Now, when I say never take your turn back, in reality, basically what I'm saying is never let your opponent. Or sorry, no, I'm not saying that. I'm basically saying never make it obvious that it's your opponent's turn. That's basically what a stagger is. You're basically making it not obvious for your opponent to hit their button and take their turn back. So on screen right here in front of Shao Kahn's face, I've put all the buttons. In my opinion, I'm sure I forgot a couple, but I think these are the best moves playing Shao Kahn to stagger, basically. So you have forward 3, right? Excuse me. You have forward 3, right? Now this right here is one of his best strings, forward 3-4. Now it's not really that good anymore, but it's still his best string, which is pretty unfortunate for Shao Kahn because one of the worst strings in the game is his best string. So, whoops. Which, that's pretty goddamn unlucky, but hey, my boy Shao Kahn is pretty much bottom tier, so, you know, that's what happens. So, but anyways, so forward 3 is a pretty good stagger. It's not the best. It's I'm being 100% honest with you, it's really just not the best. Doesn't have the best range. It has decent range. Well, yeah, never mind. Doesn't really have that good a range. But it isn't bad. I mean, it's -8 on block. Good staggers are like -3. Well, good staggers like -5, like Scorpion's 4-3. I think it's like -4-5. Really, really good staggers like Jackie's, go figure, is like -2 and -3 and all that kind of stuff. So this one is, like I said, is really, really not that good of a stagger, but it is half decent to throw in there every once in a while, you know. So, and the other one, this one's a little bit more questionable, but I thought I'd throw it in. This is his back 2. So the reason it's a little bit questionable for me is because back 2 is not a combo string. He has no back 2 string in his little command, in his little things here. You know what I'm talking about? He has no back 2. So your opponent, so if you block back 2, it doesn't have anything to finish it. That's like boom, it's done. That's it, right? But I put it in for 2 reasons, which one of them I just remembered right now, and the other one is because nobody really uses back 2. Like in the neutral. I mean, in combos some players do, but in the neutral not a lot of players use back 2. So that's one of the reasons I put it in. But now that I realized it, it also has cancel advantage. So that is another reason to put it in, because if you do back 2, right? Yeah, it doesn't have a string, unlike this one, right? Like this one right here can be canceled, but it can also have a string, right? But this one, it doesn't have a string. It can only be canceled, right? So if I'm Jackie, right, and my opponent does back 2, I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, okay, so there's no string for back 2, so he's either just gonna do back 2 and stagger it, or he's gonna do back 2 into a special move, right? Now I have to guess, because if my opponent cancels, so if I go something like this, if I go something like this and I guess wrong, I get full comboed, right? But if I just do this and my opponent thinks, and Jackie thinks I'm going to do that, then she's gonna catch me because I'm -6 and it's her turn, right? So that's just an example, right? And then really, really good, well, not a good stagger, but a good tool when it comes to not giving up your turn is 4-4. It has really long startup, but not a lot of people will interrupt it. Not a lot of people. It's +6, which means it's plus, obviously, which means it's your turn, which means you didn't give up your turn back. Now, one problem that is a thing is that a lot of people use down 1 to back up your plus frames, right? Which is a great move. It's the fastest mid in the game for every character, pretty much, besides Sindel, I think. But that's besides the point. It's the fastest mid in the game for a lot of players. Characters, sorry. So it's really good. And if you do some math, so this is +6, right? Shotgun's down 1 is 7 frames. That leaves 1 frame unaccounted for, because 7 minus 6 is 1, right? So that leaves 1 frame unaccounted for. But none of Jackie's buttons are 1 frame, right? I can't jump because jumping takes too long. I can't crouch because this is a mid. Well, I can, but I'd get hit, right? So that's why a lot of people use down 1, because it's guaranteed, no matter what. It's not guaranteed to land, but it's guaranteed to hit them either on block or on hit, right? So that's why a lot of people use down 1. Now the problem with that is look at the bottom left, -5. So that means that once I do down 1, it's my opponent's turn. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. So something better would be like this. You do 4-4 and then 4-3, and then you stagger it, right? And then you'd be like this, and then you go like this, and then they're probably going to unblock or block because they're scared of the grab, right? So you go like this, and then you grab them, right? Or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You kind of mix it up, right? So, you know, that's just why the con kick's really good, right? Now this does jail. Forward 3 will jail into the, or forward 4, no, forward 3 jails into the forward 4, because think about it. Let's do some math. So this forward 3 has a startup of 10 frames. This forward 4 is +6. 10 minus 6, that's 4. So that's 4 frames unaccounted for. No move in the game is 4 frames, which means yes, yet again, this is guaranteed, right? Because nothing that any player will do can interrupt this, because nothing they have is fast enough, right? So this is guaranteed, right? Now, so yeah, right, guaranteed. Now, if you're reversing like a really good player, they can flawless block. So they can flawless block. But No, like I said, well, I didn't say this, but I'm going to say it now. Not a lot of players will flawless block. So that's forward 4. So now I'm going to talk about stand 4-4, which is basically forward 4, but it hits twice, and it has a flawless block gap in it, which not a lot of people abuse, unless people have good reactions. But here it is, 4-4, +6, same thing. This is guaranteed. You can go into a stagger, then a grab, or you can literally just keep staggering it. Yeah, or you can just keep staggering, maybe go for a sweep, because your sweep's -2, which means it's barely minus, which means that if you mash a quick button, then it's not guaranteed whatsoever, but it can catch your opponent off guard if you do a down 1, because Shao Kahn's sweep reaches really far, and it's only -2. So, like I said though, stand 4-4, but there is one problem with it, which I already mentioned, but boom, flawless block gap. This obviously has a flawless block gap, but it's still +6 on flawless block. I think this is not +6 anymore, right? Oh no, it is, okay. So this is still +6 when they flawless block it, so that's just something to note. And yeah, so that's basically stand 4-4. It's basically a 2-hitting 4-4, basically. Also, I should mention 4-4 is a mid, so you can't duck, you can't, you know what I'm saying? So you have to block 4-4, unless you jump, but, you know, like I said, not a lot of people will react to that. So now I'm going to talk about forward 4-2. Now, I actually didn't know this is plus, but it is. It's +2. So this right here does not guarantee a forward 4 or forward 3 for a couple of reasons. One, because 10 - 2 is 8, and some pokes are quicker than 8 frames. So so some people can poke out of it, and it doesn't guarantee your forward 3 because, for 2 reasons. One, well, actually, I already said it, because there's 8 frames unaccounted for, and, yeah, so it just doesn't work. And on top of that, it's because you're too far. Look, forward 3 doesn't reach. Look, I'm not moving at all. I'm just doing the move, right? So it doesn't reach. So you're going to have to go with, I'm thinking maybe a sweep, maybe? That'd be good. Thinking maybe a sweep. It won't really be, it won't quick enough to, it's not quick enough to jail, but it is quick enough to maybe catch your opponent off guard, right? So that's forward 2, nothing really fancy about it. There is a flawless block gap though, as you can see. Let's see if it's plus. No, it's -8. So if they flawless block the second hit, it's no longer plus, and it might be punishable depending on who you're versing, but for the majority of the cast, it's not punishable. Well, there was actually not a lot of pushback on that move actually, so maybe you should be careful if your opponent can flawless block, but, you know. Anyways, so, and then one of the moves that's pretty special for Shao Kahn is his stand 4. His stand 4 is incredibly +4, which doesn't seem like much, but you gotta remember, this is a stand 1. Now you gotta remember, again, this is a high, right? So you can't just go like this. You can't go like this, because technically this is a frame trap, technically, but this is a high. So you can just mash out of it because blocking attacks are in a crouching state. You can duck highs, right? So you can crouch under someone's down 1. So, but technically this is a frame trap, right? But it doesn't jail, right? Obviously, because you can just down 1, right? But yeah, but a stagger could be like stand 1 and then stand 4, right? And then because it's only -3, maybe you mash it down 1 and then do it again or whatever, you know. You could also do a down 1 into backdash into sweep, because if you do that, then if your opponent's trying to counter poke, if they're really eager to counter poke, then you'll catch them on their poke. Right now, down 1 is a bit too minus. What's this? -5. -9, so that's actually punishable, but that has a lot of pushback, so maybe that's the best move. So you can do down 4 into sweep, right? And then if your opponent's really eager to counter poke, then you can interrupt their poke with your sweep, right? So that could be a little strategy you could do, right? So, but the whole purpose of never, well, not the whole purpose, but the whole objective of never giving up your turn is a lot of staggers, plus frames if you have them, and yeah, that's kind of it. Staggers, plus frames, grabs, and all that kind of stuff. That's basically it. So, yeah. So that was a long phase, but that was pretty much the heart of the phase. So now we should be talking about one more thing. I might add another one, maybe. Not too sure. But right now we have one more to talk about, and that will be talked about in a bit. Here we go. Okay, here we go. So the last phase that I'm going to talk about is don't be greedy. Now, not being greedy is probably one of the most important things I can tell you guys. Now, there has been a lot of games where my opponent has done this, or I have done this, where they've been greedy, or I've been greedy, whatever, same thing, you know what I'm talking about? There's a lot of cases. Now, I'm going to explain what I mean by that in just a second here. But what on screen, which is in front of Shao Kahn's face, is all of his fatal blows, which only has one, his crushing blows, and how to get the crushing blows, which is the merciless spear, right? So I'm going to show you the crushing blow, or the fatal blow. So this is his fatal blow. I'm not going to show the whole thing, just because I'm not going to do that on YouTube if I don't have to. This is his crushing blow right here. So for his revolver, does a ton of damage, which is amazing, right? It's really good for comebacks. This is how you get that crushing blow, the die crushing blow. And I'm going to explain that later on. And then you have the down 2 crushing blow, of course, right? So what I mean by don't be greedy is, I mean, if you have the chance to win the match, don't be greedy. Don't not use a fatal blow or a crushing blow just to keep it for the next round, because you might not win that round and then you lose the match, right? So don't be greedy. So going back, what is up, guys, man? What is up, guys? It is me. I just wanted to say really quick, in the next clip you're about to see, I did actually make a comeback in one of the games that I just played with Cabal. So I thought I would include it in here. Now, I've tried to try and pause the video as I'm trying to commentate on it, so I can explain things a little bit better, but unfortunately I can't do that. So it really sucks. But if you guys want any more clarification on anything about how to make a comeback, you drop a question in the comments below and I will answer it. Promise you, 100% it will be answered. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this clip. I hope you guys enjoy the new webcam type stuff I'm really enjoying this webcam thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, or the rest of it, I guess, and have yourselves a good one. Peace. What is up, guys? It is Vexter coming at you guys with the editing process of this. I just wanted to come at this because I've actually did a comeback. I was just playing this game literally 20 minutes ago. I'm playing Cabal, and I made a comeback. So as you can see, the life deficit is pretty large. It's around about 80% or so, but I'm making it. So remember what I talked about. I said staggers, never giving up your turn, and grabs. You'll notice I do that a lot, right? So here's, for example, there's a poke, grab, right? You grab a lot, right? So we're coming up on the next bit. So stagger, right? Trying to do a shimmy, not giving up my turn, right? Stand one, grab, right? That's what you do, right? Now you notice I'm back up, right? I back up because I'm trying to bait a wake up, and he woke up. And did you notice I wasn't greedy? You don't ever be greedy when it comes to making comebacks. I wasn't greedy. I used the crushing blow and the fatal blow. So I wasn't greedy, man. And that right there is how you make a comeback. You follow those rules. That's a perfect example of what to do when trying to make a comeback. Thank you. So going back on the other thing, what I was talking about. So when you're not giving up your turn, right? Let's say you're doing staggers and you're going for plus frames, and you know what I'm talking about. So here, let's just do this real quick. Let's see if I can do this on the fly real quick. So we'll go with reversal. We'll go with we'll go with lethal clinch. Just to explain. So let's say, for example, I'm doing this, right? I'm plus, boom. I open my opponent up, right? I do a full combo, right? So hold on 2 seconds. Let me lower the health a little bit just to give it a little bit of authenticity, I guess you could say. So 43%. So that right there is basically one combo into fatal blow, and they're dead, or crushing blow, depending on your character. For this exact example, it's the you suck fatal blow, or it's the die, which is this one, crushing blow, which, yeah, like that, crushing blow, right? And that's it. They're dead pretty much into combo, right? So for example, this is going to be I'm going to go to the corner just to make my combo a little easier because I don't feel like tryharding too much. So let's say, for example, I'm going to do 2 scenarios. I'm not going to use Fatal Blow or Crushing Blow in one, and I'm going to use Fatal Blow or Crushing Blow, or Crushing Blow in the other one, okay? So let's say, for example, I do this. I open my opponent up. Oh, shit, okay, perfect, right? Whoops, I fucked up. I kind of got scared. Okay, hold on. So I open up my opponent. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, man, I messed up again. It's been a while since I played Shutdown, okay? Oh, I did my move late. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Oh my god, I'm messing up. Oh. Okay, here we go, right? So boom. Fatal blow. They're dead. Did you see that? 41%. In total, they have 40.8%. Right? So they're dead, right? So that's me not being greedy, right? Because now I don't have the crushing blow anymore, but I got the round, right? I got the round, I got some confidence, I got some momentum, right? I'm good to go, but I don't have the crushing blow, right? Now, that would finish the game, or finish the round, depending on your situation, right? Now, let's say, for example, I open up my opponent, right? And I open up my opponent, and I don't want to use any resources. I want to be greedy, right? This is what this will happen. So I open up my opponent, I'll open him up, let's go, right? I'm gonna spend the bar because I want to kill them and see if I can kill them. Boom, they're not dead, right? What happens? So what will happen if I open up my opponent, right? I do my combo again, right? Put. Boom. Let's say I don't spend the bar for whatever reason, right? What will happen if boom, they do an up 3 and I'm dead? And I'm dead because I was greedy and didn't use my little skimpy fatal blow, right? So you don't ever want to be put in a situation where you could have won the game, but you didn't because you're an idiot. And trust me, I say that like you're being an idiot in that example, but trust me, I've done it too, and I've called myself more than an idiot. I'm telling you right now. So just do me a favor. Just if you have the chance to use fatal blow, just don't do it. Just don't, man. But that being said, though, if you know that your combo does more damage than the opponent has health, then I don't consider that being greedy. I consider that being confident in how much damage your combo does. So, for example, if I open my opponent up right now, I know my combo does more than 27%. Boom. So there's no such thing as being greedy there because I know how much damage my combo is going to do, right? But again, there's no penalty for going like that. I mean, you didn't need to, right? But at the same time, I mean, you're kind of just playing it safe. You know what I'm talking about? But you know what I'm talking about? So you just don't ever want to be greedy, man. And I know it's hard. It's really hard, I'm telling you. It's really hard because you really want to keep the fatal blow for when you need it, right? And sometimes you just won't feel like you need it, right? And the same thing with the crushing blow. Let's see, or the fatal blow. Let's see if I can get a fatal blow combo here. I never did this fatal blow combo for a while. Okay, how do I even do it? I guess I'd go like this. Hold on. Boom. That doesn't work. Okay. I guess I'll just do one standing, I guess. That doesn't work. Man, okay, we'll go with this. Boom. Okay, there we go. Fatal blow. That's easily gonna do it. Easily. You know what I'm talking about? Well, even though I did... Hold on, I messed up. I had the health on too high. Hold on. Okay, let's go with that. 45. Alright? Open up my opponent. Boom. Fatal blow. Got him. That's easily gonna do it, right? So, there's no doubt about it. It's just gonna do it. You know what I'm talking about? That'd be kind of funny if it didn't do it, actually. It should do it. Oh my god, it didn't do it. I can't believe it. Now you gotta remember, I wasn't doing the little buffs like you know when you do fatal, you can spam 3, and you might get a little tiny buff sometimes if you time it correctly. Like you see the little skull over by the damage. So sometimes you can get a little more damage, but that was me not doing it. You know what I'm talking about? So here, I guess we'll go down a little bit to do an example, right? So you know what I'm talking about? So there we go. That'll do it, right? So that does it, right? So you know, you just don't want to be greedy when it comes to trying to make comebacks, right? Now there is this thing called fatal blow management, and I totally agree with that. You want to make sure you use your fatal blow when you think you need it. But a big part of that is if you're trying to make a comeback and you open your opponent up and you can finish the game with your crushing blow, that's when you need it. Just don't be greedy. Use your damn fatal blow. Because if you're anything like me, you'll never use it again anyways. Because, well, you never need it again. Because I just really don't use fatal blow too much, honestly. So, you know what I'm saying? And same thing with the down two. So let's say, for example, my opponent grabs a lot. Okay? Let's say, for example, my opponent grabs a lot, right? And let's say, for example, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do 4-4, and he's going to disrespect my plus frames and do a grab, right? Actually, no. I'm liking to do this, the stand 1-4, this move, right? And I expect after I do that move, he's going to want to grab me, right? So I'm going to go like this, boom, boom. Oh, hold on, that jails. Okay, I'm going to go boom, and then I'm going to duck. I'm going to use down 2 crushing blow, right? So... don't not use it, right? So for example, if I go like this, boom, you could go like this. So like you could be like, so I go like this. I could go like this, and then wait, hold on. and then do a full combo, and then see if I can, you know what I'm talking about? But the point is if you can use a down 2 crushing blow to finish the game, frickin' do it. Especially in the situation where you don't have meter, right? And especially in the situation where, yeah, especially in the situation where you're in like this example right here, when you're like, okay, when you're like, okay, all right, I gotta friggin' do some damage here, you know what I'm talking about? So, okay, so I do the same thing, right? I do stand 4, boom. Oh, I got the crushing blow, right? Boom, down 2, finish the game or the round, whatever, right? You know what I'm talking about? And another thing is, don't be an idiot, right? So let's say, for example, my opponent's gonna air escape, right? And I'm trying to make this video as fast as possible because I don't want to waste too much time. But let's say, for example, my opponent is gonna air escape, right? Which, because air escape's obviously a thing in this game, right? Do a stand 4, duck, get a crushing blow. Don't be an idiot and go like this and expect them not to do a down 2, like or not to do air escape. Like, just don't do it. If you open your opponent up, use fatal blow, use your armor break. Don't be greedy. Just don't be greedy. You know what I'm talking about? Now, same thing with the armor break. I mean, I don't know why you'd be greedy with an armor break, because not a lot of armor breaks cost meter. But still, though, like, you know, like, just don't be greedy, man. Like, that's the only thing that I can say. It's just don't be greedy, man. You know what I'm saying, dude? Especially if you're down a lot of life, right? So let's say you're down like 63%, right? Now, this is a really hard comeback to make, right? So let's say, for example, I open my opponent up and they don't air escape on me. Actually, no, they do air escape, sorry. They air escape on me, right? So I'm going to go stand 4, I'm going to duck, down 2, right? I get the armor break, right? Boom, 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 fatal blow. Oh, I missed. Okay, hold on, I got to do a different combo. Okay, duck and attack, right? Armor break move, boom, 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 right? That's going to do a lot of damage. That's probably going to do around about 50%. It probably will. It'll do around about 50%, man. Right? And if it does, let's just see, 52%. Look at the health now. That put me right back in the game. That's one more combo. Not even. That's one more string, and they're dead. They're dead. They're done, and I made the comeback. So, like, you just don't want to be greedy. That's like just the best advice I could ever give. You just don't ever want to be greedy, right? Same thing, right? Let's say I go over here, boom. Oh, I got it down to fish blow. Let's go, man. Here, the air escape. Nice, air escape, right? Boom, boom, boom. I can use a crushing blow. Boom, man. 45%, and I still have 48, actually. And I still have my crushing blow. Or I still have my fatal blow, right? So, you know what I'm talking about? So, but in that example, I would use fatal blow. Because I know for a fact that the die crushing blow, this thing, it won't finish the game. But I know a fatal blow will finish the game. So, you know what I'm saying? But it's just the best advice I can give you, man. You know what I'm talking about? And let's say, for example, they don't air escape, right? It's totally not a bad thing to, if they don't air escape, whoops. If they don't air escape, it's not a bad thing to just go like this with Shao Kahn, especially with this move, because this move is probably one of his best, honestly. Like, it's pretty good, man. It's his armor break move. It's pretty quick for an anti-air. It extends combos if you amplify. Like, I just think it's a great move, honestly. I think the only thing that's bad about it is the fact that it corner swaps if you amplify. That's the only thing that's bad about it. Other than that, because it doesn't do that on, because it doesn't do that. I can't show you, but it doesn't do that if you don't amplify. It only does it if you amplify, which kind of sucks. But you know, it's whatever, you know. But yeah, so, you know what I'm saying, man? So, that's just the thing, you know, like, that's just the thing. I mean, that right there is my recommendation for how you make a comeback in Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate. You don't be greedy, and you always try to stagger and keep your turn. Yours. That's the way you make a comeback. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope it wasn't too long, and yeah, I love you guys so much. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I think I'm going to be making a little bit more of these, like, tutorial-based videos. So hope you don't mind. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you guys for coming out. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, morning, whatever time it is, and have yourselves a good one. Peace.